Welcome to Board Game Empire. Today we're going to do a review of Vast, the Mysterious Manor. Now this is a great asymmetrical type game where you're pretty much going from tile to tile. You're progressing your character, and you're kind of like a skirmish game with some card drafting depending on which character you use. Each character is different, and so some are way more overpowered than others. Some just lack balancing. So we're just going to jump right into the review. So for the rule book, I would give it like a 3 out of 5. Great rule book. There's too much information everywhere, and it's just some of the rules were kind of vague, and so you have to interpret it yourself. And so 3 out of 5. Just wish the rule book was a little better. The player aid does pretty much this. The player aid, or the board you get for each character, is pretty much the rules that you're going to follow. Like for the skeleton, the first thing you're going to do is lose 1 stability per skeleton on a lit tile except pits. And march order, each skeleton may move up to 5 spaces and then take 1 action. And then over here it talks about the distraction. Once per turn, spend 3 stability, which is a stability tracker you get for this character. And then gain 2 stability at the end of each turn. So there's just so much things in this game that just each character pretty much plays different, and so you just have to focus on the character you have. And here's some more information. There's a lot of information in this game, so you have to play it several times to pretty much figure out what each character does and how to best do it, and also how the end game is supposed to go. For each game, you're going to want to look at the rule book, because there's certain characters that you can pick, or you should pick, for a 3-player game. Here, let me try to find it. So for a 4-player, over here it indicates how many. 3-player, it's Paladin, Skeleton, Spider, Paladins, or Paladin, Spider, Manor, or Paladin, Spider, Warlock, or Skeleton, Spider, Warlock. And then for a 2-player, you can only play a certain amount of characters. So that's 3 out of 5. Component quality, I would give it like a 4 out of 5. Great components, like the board, nice and thick. The tiles are nice and thick, and they're double-sided. The cards are a little flimsy. I wish they were a little better. The player boards are nice. The characters are nice. So just 4 out of 5 in component quality. For the experience, I would give it like a 4 out of 5. Well, actually, I would give it like a 3 out of 5. Pretty much because of the first impressions. The first game we played, I played the Paladin, which it was pretty much a kingmaker, and was very underwhelming. It had very slow progression. The grit track just did not move fast. The character was only able to move 1 or 2 moves. Because if you don't power up your character, you won't be able to attack anything or get anything. So your movement is very limited, where everyone else is moving 3 to 5 moves per turn, and they're able to do multiple things in their turn. The Paladin is just very underwhelming. Was not a fun experience. I played with the Skeleton the second game. It had a lot more options. Movement was 5 per skeleton, so the balancing was just not there. And the Paladin is just extremely underwhelming. And so Experience, 3 out of 5. Mechanics, same thing, 3 out of 5. Just because the paladin and the balancing issues, there's just, you can't overlook it. Anyone who's going to play the paladin is just going to be underwhelmed, and movement is literally minutes, as opposed to everyone's movements that has multiple things they could do, which take 5 to 10 minutes. Like I said, the paladin, very slow progression on. He's pretty much a kingmaker, whereas every other character that we played so far has just had a lot of progression and just got stronger and stronger as the time went on. The paladin from beginning, middle, end was just very underwhelming. The skeleton, just very OP as opposed to the paladin. You're playing 5 characters. You can move 5 characters. You can move 5 steps, and so you can get to multiple places. Also, you could use the outer track, which allows you to move a lot faster and get to certain spots. You're also able to get pretty much items, and you have 5 characters. Just very, it was so easy to win with the skeleton. So, like I said, the balancing issue is I have to give the mechanics a 3 out of 5. I think they should come up with, I know that they came out with expansion. I don't know how well it balanced the paladin with the rest of the characters. So, but then replayability, I would give like a 4 out of 5. Great replayability. I would say setup takes 10 to 15 minutes. And it was fun. Each person has to focus on their own character. There's just, I would say, you're pretty much focused on your own character. So you're playing, it almost feels like you're playing your own game as opposed to playing a game where you're playing with other people and you're doing skirmish. There is a little bit of take that, and there is a little bit of skirmish, but for the most part, you feel like you're playing your own game. And so replayability, just for the factor that you would have to have multiple expansions with different characters that would balance more of all the characters together for this to be replayable. It does have a great theme, and the characters are extremely good. Some just don't balance well. And so replayability, 4 out of 5. Overall total, I would give this a 3 out of 5, 7 out of 10, just because I see the potential if they added more elements to the paladin to balance out with the other characters and introduce several more characters or elements to the game. This could be a phenomenal skirmish game, and I would rate it higher once I experience that. But for now, just the progression of the paladin as opposed to all the other ones, and just the balancing issue, like the skeletons, be able to move five steps each one and get items. I cannot go beyond a 3 out of 5 and 7 out of 10. Great game. I see a lot of potential in this game with expansions or maybe a revision, because there is a great mechanics and one of the best skirmish games we've played. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe. My social media is going to be down below in the description, and we'll see you in the next video.